BookTube. Welcome, dear readers. I'm so excited to be here this morning. I had a lovely weekend, and part of what made it lovely is that my daughter and I took a journey locally to unhaul some books and to visit our local little free libraries. Now, we visited 4 on Saturday. We walked to 3 of them, which was a good long walk for us. We got our steps in, and then we drove to one as well. There are a couple others in our community that are not registered as little free libraries. So we definitely didn't visit all of the libraries that are registered, but you know, there's always another day. And I'm about to go to New Orleans next Saturday for another event, but while I'm there, I think I'm going to try to check out a couple of indie bookstores because it's Independent Bookstore Day next Saturday, April 27th, I think. Is that right? Maybe 28th. And also there are some little free libraries in New Orleans that I've never visited. So if they're not smack dab in the city, I think I will give it a shot to just kind of look at a few. Anyway, if you aren't familiar with Little Free Library, go to littlefreelibrary.org and take a look. What they are is tiny little bookshelves made by everyday people, including myself and my partner, which I'll tell you about in a minute. And the premise is to leave a book and take a book. Now, they're each designed differently. They have blueprints that you can use on the website to build your own. There's lots of inspiration and ideas for what other people have done with their little free libraries, and they're just adorable. Some of the little free libraries in our community are geared just for children, and that one we didn't get to visit because the park that it's in is under some renovation, and so it was a little bit hard to get to that one. Some of them specialize, though, in just children's books, which we think are lovely. There's a couple of others that are sponsored by my library, and they're a bit of a drive away, so we didn't visit those either. But we did walk to 3 of them, including the one that my partner and I built, and so I filmed a little bit of that footage just so that you could take a look. Here we go. So as you can see, I didn't unhaul a lot. I had recently done a major purge before the end of last year. So I've been pretty much unhauling little by little into the Little Free Libraries as I go along. But today was the first time I filmed that for you. So I unhauled 5 and came back with 2. So one of the books that I got was Lady Elmina and the Real Downton Abbey, which is a nonfiction book by the Countess of Carnarvon. I've seen it, it's on my to-reads list, but it really does talk about the location in which Downton Abbey was filmed, the history of that location, as well as there's some photos and their connection to the movie. But I'm a big Downton Abbey fan, and when I saw this, I thought, oh yes, I need to have that. And at the second Little Free Library, which was at the home of my friend Lily and Donald, was Wondrous. It's an actual collector's signed copy by R.J. Palacio. Now, Wonder is one of my granddaughter's favorite books, and we actually purchased this for her 2 years ago on her back to school Palooza day. She'd already read it from the library, but she loved it so much that she wanted to own it forever. You can see a pattern here forming with my granddaughter. Anyway, when I got it in the car, my partner said, "Are you going to give it to Candace?" And I said, "Oh, I don't know. I love this book so much myself, and I don't own a copy. So I might swap her the signed collector's edition for the copy that we purchased for her." Nevertheless, these were great finds. Now, sometimes they're kind of clunky days at the Little Free Library, but most of the time there's something that I want, and sometimes there's more than one something that I want, as you may have seen in a previous video where I scored about 8 mysteries from an author that I want to take a look at in one swoop. Last, Little Free Libraries, a great opportunity for you to purge a little, to acquire some books for no cost. They sometimes, as you saw in the footage, leave bookmarks, and sometimes I leave and make bookmarks as well. I did notice that our Little Free Library needs a little bit of help. It's located in a community garden, a sprawling area where people can sit and read, listen to the chickens. They can take herbs out of the bathtub. They can play the piano if they want. There's a lot of opportunities there in the community garden, but you certainly can take or leave a book. Oh, the blessings box too. They can take food and bring food if they have a surplus. It's a great space, and we're very happy that our Little Free Library is housed there. But I did notice that it needs a little bit of work. We need to replace that fish, repaint it, do a little bit of sprucing up. The winters are typically harder on Little Free Libraries than any other time of the year. So it definitely is something that you want to commit to. You want to commit to a great location. It does not have to be in front of your home. You want to commit to a place that it will be supported and that lots of books will go in and out. But if it isn't, you want to be able to commit to a flow of lending books yourself. You want to definitely just keep an eye on some of the things that are in the Little Free Library, just to make sure that they're good for everyone, and that they don't start to accumulate a lot of tracts and flyers and business things that people will sometimes leave. So you definitely have to put it in a place where you can keep taking a look at it and making sure that it is still in the shape that you want it to be, and that it's full of great reads for everybody. Again, because it's in the community garden, we're fortunate because we have a community of volunteers that help to stack it, as well as to make sure that everything is okay and let us know if it isn't. I hope you enjoyed this video today, this little tour of my community. The Rotary Satellite Little Free Library is a part of our service project for the Rotary Club I belong to, so that one is also, even though it's not a chartered Little Free Library, it's special to me, and I do continue to support it. If there's anything else you'd like to know about Little Free Libraries, again, I encourage you to go to the website, littlefreelibrary.org. You can take a look at the map and see where the Little Free Libraries in your community are located. You can learn more about how to support Little Free Libraries, and it is their 10th anniversary. They were founded and started in 2009, and you just can't imagine where you can find Little Free Libraries throughout the world. So take a look, be inspired to drop off some books and pick up some books and maybe to create a little free library of your own. I hope you enjoyed this today and that you'll support this project in your community. And as always, happy reading. Bye.